Hello, welcome to الكرامة news channel. It is 9 p.m. our time for top stories, and we start with latest updates and news items from the Libyan state. Parliament member Fathat said that the most important thing discussed in today's parliament meeting is the political agreement draft of the UN dialogue and Sikhirat, which includes the final form and names of candidates for the prime minister position. Tati says that the parliament members may not discuss the candidates' names for the prime minister, stressing that the most important issue is a study of the document, the draft, and the final adjustment of the agreement draft. Parliament member Sultana El-Mismari said that the parliament in general does not have any objection to the prime minister, while others objected only to the contradictions with the draft, which was signed by the parliament delegation with initials and choose a third deputy prime minister. She added that the government introduced by the UN mission is completely unacceptable, and the mission has not the right to form a government that is supposed to be formed by the Presidential Council. Media advisor to the parliament, Fathi Abdelkarim El-Mariami, said that the parliament speaker, Agila Saleh Gueder, met with the delegation of civil mobility movements and a number of political figures. During the meeting, it was agreed on all data received during the talks held between Agila and negotiators on the current conditions and government introduced by UN envoy to Libya, Bernardino Leon. And still in Libya, major tribes in Benghazi called on the House of Representatives or Parliament to reject the government introduced by UN envoy to Libya, Bernardino Leon. The gathering said in a statement who agrees to this government formation is considered as betrayers of martyrs' blood, especially deputies of Benghazi city and Barqa, because this aims to demolish the Arab Libyan armed forces. The statement also called for the formation of a committee of wise men and tribal elders to lead the Libyan dialogue. Close sources to UN envoy to Libya, Bernardino Leon, said that Faiz Siraj was going to direct a speech to the Libyan people on the occasion of his choice to lead the government. Siraj noted that he postponed his speech because he was waiting for the outcome of today's meeting of House of Representatives or Parliament, during which it discussed the formation of the government announced by Bernardino Leon in Sikhirat last Thursday. Italian Foreign Minister Paolo Gentiloni stressed that the agreement to form a government of national unity is the most important, and there is still much to do for the success of the new government. Gentiloni warned against rushing to talks about sending possible military missions for the establishment of stability in Libya under the leadership of Italy. The Italian ministry said that it's premature to talk about military intervention in Libya, and it's expected that the government will settle the problem according to the agreement in Tripoli within 40 days, after a vote required for approval by parties. And now we transfer to the Arab area and especially to the Palestinian crisis. Indian President Pranab Johari arrived in Ramallah, city of Palestine, for an overnight stay today, where he was accorded ceremony welcome for a guard of honor. Following the welcome, Pranab said the homage to former Palestinian president and iconic leader Yasser Arafat at his Muslims. The Indian president also inaugurated a street and a roundabout named after India Street in Ramallah. The street is close to Gandhi Road, which houses the Indian mission. It's the first visit by an Indian head of state in 3 decades. Pranab's visit comes at a time when tensions between Palestine and Israel has heightened over the last few weeks, causing heavy casualties. Delivering a lecture at University of Jordan on Sunday, Pranab said or has reiterated India's support to a negotiated solution resulting in a sovereign, independent, viable and United State of Palestine with East Jerusalem as its capital. And now we transfer to the crisis between Turkey and PKK. Turkish ground troops advanced in the Ovaka district of Tensli province following airstrikes in the southeastern region of Turkey and in northern Iraq over the weekend, despite a vow by Kurdish Workers' Party PKK militants to keep a ceasefire. The Turkish army says the bodies of 6 terrorists had been recovered in the Ovaka region. Turkish warplanes struck PKK militant targets in the region on Saturday, October 10 and Sunday, October 11, pressing their military campaign a day after the rebel group ordered its fighters to hold attacks on Turkish soil. Security sources said some 30 to 35 PKK guerrillas were killed in northern Iraqi raids. Turkish warplanes struck PKK militant targets in the region on Saturday and Sunday, pressing their military campaign a day after the rebel group ordered its fighters to hold attacks on Turkish soil. And one of the events or the important events is Belarus elections. And today Belarus elections fell short of democratic standards. Minutes said today after President Alexander Lukashenko won a 5th term. But Europe will still look set to ease sanctions as France and Germany welcomed a lack of political repression. Moves by Lukashenko, including the pardoning of 6 opposition figures before the election, suggest that Lukashenko could be seeking to improve his Amish approach to rely less on his ally Russia, which is under Western sanctions due to the Ukraine conflict. Europe's observing mission for the election said in a statement, "It's clear that Belarus still has a long way to go towards fulfilling its democratic commitments," adding that the recent release of political prisoners and a welcoming approach to observers were positive developments. However, the hope that this gives us for broader electoral progress are largely unfulfilled. My audience, that is the wrap-up of our top stories for today. For much more, you can check our website www.الكرامة.tv. Thanks very much for being with us. My greeting, Rانيا البليدي.